apart last night. You're really good. I can still feel all the pain that's deep inside my lungs. It was nice to think about you again. Oh, but now I see all the mess that I am in. It sucks that I'm no good at moving on. I tried to find your love wrapped up in someone else's arms. It was a nice distraction to the hurt beneath. But it was all just a band-aid on wounds too deep. And it was all just a band-aid on wounds too deep. And I know much better than this. Yeah, I know much better than this. So I don't know why it's hard to find my peace in the end. I lost my mind trying to buy myself some rest from you. And all we went through, it cuts real deep to accept the truth. Oh, I lost myself trying to unlove you. Your love left bigger scars than I had thought. I never knew a poison too incredible to stop. And I know much better alternatives to peace. But I keep on choosing everything but me. And I know much better than this. Yeah, I know much better than this. So I don't know why it's hard to find my peace in the end. And I lost my mind trying to buy myself some rest from you. And all we went through, it cuts real deep to accept the truth. Oh, I lost myself trying to unlove you. Oh, yeah. So that one was called Unlove You. And this next song that I'm gonna sing, I wrote it back in the early years of 2019. And this one is about my very first relationship that I was ever in with my first love, my first boyfriend, whatever. And I wrote this in a time in my life where I thought that I had, moved on and I was in a happy relationship with someone else. And all of a sudden, I was just thinking about this other guy, and I was just getting upset and angry, and I was just like, what the heck? Why am I still upset over this? It's been like years. Like this relationship like ruined me. Like it made such a mess in my life. And so that's where I came up with this song, and it's called Mess of Me, and I hope you like it. I thought that you were the one. How silly of me. I'm so dumb. 'Cause now when I try, I can't trust anyone. And look what you've done. You've made a mess of me. So save me the pity. Save me the pretty white lies you've made. Burn down the city, and I'll still be left with the scars you gave. 'Cause you can't even tell what's heaven from hell. And look what you've done. You've made a mess of me. Look what you've done. You've made a mess of my heart. And I've tried to find who I was before you. And I still can't find who I was before you. Oh, so save me the pity. Save me the pretty white lies you've made. Burn down the city, and I'll still be left with the scars you gave. 'Cause you can't even tell what's heaven from hell. And you ruin the way I feel loving the way I do. And every time he tries to fix up my cloudy eyes, I still can't tell if it's the truth or if it's lies. Oh, no, 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 no. Look what you done to me, babe. Oh, look what you've done. Oh, So yeah, that one is called Mess of Me. It's a really special song. Definitely one of the favorites. And so this next song that I'm gonna sing, I wrote this one in a time in my life where I was trying to move on, trying to also hold on to something, just really confused in general about what my love life was. And it's kind of about, this next song is kind of about just like wanting somebody and not being able to have them, if that makes sense. So this next song is called Not Supposed To. Oh, I don't care how good he treats me or how he holds me tight, 'cause I still want your arms. No, I don't care if you're saying all these sweet things. Something's always missing, and I know it's your voice. And I still cry about it when I'm alone. And I still lie about it when I ask me what's wrong. And I still cry about it when I'm on my way home, and I don't recognize myself no more. Oh, 'cause you're the only one who's got me feeling this way, babe. You're the only person I can't get outside my brain. No matter what I do, I can't explain, I can't contain myself anymore. I'm still in love with you, and it hurts like hell, 'cause I know I'm not supposed to. No, 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 no. Da, 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 da. And I still keep the pictures on my phone, so I won't forget the one I really want. Oh, I'm spending most my time running through somebody else's mind, and what they don't know is I'm still broken, and I still cry about it when I'm alone. And I still lie about it when they ask me what's wrong. And I still cry about it when I'm on my way home, and I don't recognize myself no more. No, 'cause you're the only one who's got me feeling this way, babe. You're the only person I can't get outside my brain. No matter what I do, I can't explain, I can't contain myself anymore. I'm still in love with you, and it hurts like hell, 'cause I know I'm not supposed to. No, 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 no. Da, 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 no. 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 yeah. That one's a lot of fun to play. Definitely messed up the words a little bit, but that's okay. I think y'all got the point. So I'm going to do my last song, and I know that all of my songs are kind of on the sadder side, but this next one is also on the sadder side, but I promise it has like a happier message. I know that this quarantine has been really hard for some people, especially me, especially people like me who struggle with, mental health stuff, depression, anxiety, things of that sort. And I know that it gets really hard to stay sane when, you're isolated from everybody. So this next song is a song that I wrote about going through depression and kind of what it feels like to feel alone and to feel by yourself. And I hope that this song resonates with some of you guys, and reminds you that you're not alone, you're not struggling through this alone, and that a lot of people are dealing with this right now, and that it's gonna be okay, because this isn't gonna be forever. So yeah, this one's called Here's to the Ones. Here's to the ones that don't get recognized. Here's to the ones who smile with teardrops in their eyes. Oh, here's to the ones who feel like nobody cares, like nobody's there. Yeah, I know I've been there and I'm still there. Yeah, and I know it hurts real bad to feel like nobody can understand your mind, like you're going crazy. I know you're feeling crazy, like nobody around can comprehend you. Feels like only God can understand you, like you've been trapped in your own bed, 'cause you've been trapped in your own head. In the mirror is where I find my friends who will understand. In the mirror is where I find my friends who will understand. So what do I do? What do I do? God, do you hear when I talk to you? What do I do? What do I do? What in the hell am I gonna do? And every day feels like something that's upon my shoulders, makes me wanna stay in my bed, no sleep for me, 3 in the morning. Just 1 second, gotta catch my breath. I gotta catch my breath. I gotta catch my breath. Yeah, I gotta catch my breath. Yeah, I gotta catch my breath. Dear Lord, yeah, I gotta catch my breath. Yeah, I gotta catch my breath. Yeah, I gotta catch my breath. Dear Lord, oh, ones who don't get recognized. And here's to the ones who smile with teardrops in their eyes. So yeah, thanks for listening, you guys. I'm sorry I was a little bit awkward in the beginning, but this is new for me, but we got it. We got through it. We're good now. I'm sorry I didn't introduce this, but this is my bedroom. This is like where I write all my songs. This is basically where the magic happens. And by magic, I just mean really sad songs that get written. But thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in and joining me in my little corner. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, follow me on Instagram at Angelica Rios, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, all at Angelica Rios. And I'll be releasing music soon. Hopefully these songs that you've heard today will be on Spotify, Apple Music soon. Hopefully by summer, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Virtual Underground Experience. Not only where you get to see all these local San Antonio artists and bands perform at our online music and arts festival during Underground Week from May 4th to May 8th, but now you also get to meet them behind the scenes. So today we are going to interview one of our local artists, Angelica Rios.
Hi. Yay.
Hi, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm super excited to do this.
Thank you. Wonderful. We're happy to have you. I'm going to be, Blake and I are going to be asking you a couple of questions back and forth about your music, your inspirations, and how the journey has treated you so far as an up-and-coming San Antonio artist. So first of all, feel free to introduce yourself. Tell us about your music, how you describe it, the genre, the vibe, and the type of music you create, the process, and the message, if any, you're trying to convey to your audience.
Hey guys, what's up? My name is Angelica Rios, like they said. I'm 20 years old. I was born in Austin, but pretty much raised in San Antonio. Been here my whole entire life. And I've been writing songs since I was about 12 years old. And I just recently started to start trying to make a career out of it. I've always been singing since I was really little. Singing has always been a huge passion of mine. And yeah, so I have been gigging around San Antonio for maybe a year now. I've been, like I said, writing songs since I was 12. So I have a lot of songs written. I'd say that my genre is a mixture of pop, like acoustic pop. Yeah, I would say my genre is acoustic pop, like a mixture of Billie Eilish and Adele music put together. Yeah, it's really hard to explain what kind of genre I am, but that would be the short answer. My song style is really intimate. All of my songs that I write come from true experiences that I've gone through. And most specifically would be like I went through a breakup last year. So since then I've been writing a whole bunch of songs, just my process going through that and what it's been like. And I really just want to create songs that connect with other people and impact them and touch them in a way that they feel like they couldn't describe before, if that makes sense. I'm really passionate about creating music that connects with people and makes people feel seen and understood, and put the words that they didn't know how to come up with into music. And yeah, so I write a lot of songs about love, about life, about my journeys through like mental health, things like that.
Yeah, it sounds like your music, it's very emotion based as far as you mentioned the breakup or love and life and living. And so that's a part of human life that we can all relate to and understand. So that sounds wonderful. I look forward to hearing your set at Underground.
Yeah, I'm excited to play.
On that note, how has this COVID-19 pandemic affected the performance of your artistic career and journey, or how the whole relationship of how you've built what you're doing? How has this affected it?
So with COVID going around and the whole quarantine thing happening, surprisingly, I have been really struggling to continue to find the motivation to write or to even play. Especially the motivation to get dressed and make a video. But I think the main thing that I've come to terms with this quarantine, COVID, everything going on is that I just need to stop putting so much pressure on myself and really take the time to compress and understand what's happening and just sort through those emotions. It's definitely taken a toll on my mental health for sure. And lately, that's been one of the main topics of my songwriting that I'm moving into, because now that the breakup and everything that happened, like I've pretty much moved past that chapter and I'm going into songwriting with a different chapter in mind, which is more about discovering myself and like who I am. And it's definitely given me a lot more time to reflect on all that, and which I think in the long run will help me write my songs better.
Have you been using this time to use music as an outlet to express yourself during this pandemic?
Oh, definitely, yeah, for sure. Music has always been like a release for me. Even when I was in high school and I would just be having a bad day, I would come home and grab my guitar and literally just sit with it in my lap. I wouldn't even play anything. But just like having an instrument near me is like soothing in a way. Definitely music has been a huge way for me to just release and to sort through some of the emotions that I'm going through.
What is the craziest thing you ever experienced while performing as an artist?
So the craziest thing that I've experienced as an artist would be um, around January, December-ish. I was doing a gig at this coffee shop downtown, and it was my first time performing there, and all my friends came out, and it was really cool because I wasn't expecting anybody to show up, but they all surprised me. And I'm really glad because a homeless man had found his way into like the little coffee shop. He was being very, very like talkative and very like loud, and I was trying really hard to like not say anything and be nice about it. And I saw that the owners were trying to like get him to leave, but he wasn't leaving. And so I eventually was just like, I just straight up stopped singing and I was like, "Excuse me, sir, like, do you think you can leave? Because it's really like hard to play when you're being distracting." And he was like, "Oh yeah, 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 like I'm sorry." And then he leaves. And then the cops came. But that was probably the craziest experience I've had performing. Other than like a drunk woman coming up to me and begging me to play Johnny Cash or something. But
In institutions like that, bars or venues, that can be expected maybe of people to feel pretty good and be like, "Oh, will you play my song?" or something
yeah.
like that. So I
Oh
get
yeah.
it. So, Angelica, where do you see yourself in 1 to 3 years with your art? Is music more of a hobby for you, or is it a lifelong career you'd like to pursue?
I see myself in the next couple years releasing lots and lots of music, probably an album by then. Um, music, I mean, singing, being an artist is definitely like a career for me that I want to make into a career. That's been my dream since I was 3 years old. And considering that I just kind of started the journey last year, like it's been really cool to see how much I've grown and how much I have to grow. But yeah, definitely like releasing lots of music. Maybe even doing like tours, maybe possibly. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, definitely just writing my feelings, like posting more covers and all that kind of stuff, and growing a fan base in San Antonio.
With those like visions in mind, is there any like a name in particular that you would want to collaborate with, like San Antonio wise, or like at the end of a dream?
Artists I'd want to collab with, San Antonio wise, definitely Angel Sintron, because I love her. I've met her like a couple times. She's really sweet. Other people wise, probably maybe like Bruno Mars or something, or Adele, or Billie Eilish, or this girl named Katie Turner. She was on American Idol a couple seasons ago. She followed me on Instagram, and I totally fangirled. And I love her songwriting style, so definitely her. Charlie Puth too.
And Charlie Puth as well. So collaboration aside, as far as what you'd like to create, are there any inspirations that you can speak of from other bands or artists, other than who you've already mentioned, who influence your creative process?
Growing up, my dad played a lot of music from like when he was growing up, and so I listened to a lot of like songs from like Earth, Wind and Fire and The Temptations, and that Motown sort of sound. And I think growing up listening to that really gave me just a really deep love for melody and like rhythm and storytelling. And so growing up with that, and then also I listened to a lot of Luis Miguel, which is this Spanish singer that my dad and I love. Listening to that and like just hearing like the beauty of it and like how beautiful it is, like I just fell in love with beautiful songs and songs that made me feel something. And I knew from a very young age that that's what I wanted to do, and I wanted to write beautiful songs. I wanted to make people feel something, whatever emotion I would want them to feel. Definitely that has played a huge role in my like inspirations. And then just growing up listening to like Daniel Caesar and another artist, Bruno Major, and their styles. And then last year I like discovered, or 2 years ago, I discovered folk music and like the whole acoustic guitar, Bon Iver sort of sound, and I fell in love with that. And so just a bunch of different genres that come together, like to make a long story short, just anything that's like beautiful, like I love it, and it like inspires me to write my own stories.
Could you give us an insight on what your latest project is and what we viewers could expect from you?
I am working on recording my songs. I am hoping to release my first song on all streaming platforms by the summer, hopefully. And hopefully an EP/album by the end of the year. But that's what I'm working on right now.
Now we're going to transition to a little bit more fun responses. We're going to, Blake and I are going to go back and forth and ask you a few would you rather questions. So you don't have to think about it too hard. Just tell us your and a quick response of why.
All right.
So would you rather spend the day with Rihanna or Miley Cyrus?
I don't know. Miley Cyrus, because then we could reenact Hannah Montana scenes.
Listen to Eminem or Drake for the rest of your life?
Drake, because I know more of his songs.
Would you rather enter a screamo singing competition with either Freddie Mercury or Steven Tyler?
I would say Freddie Mercury, because it would probably be a lot more of a competition.
Would you rather crowd surf one person or crowd surf 10 people?
Wait, would I have to crowd, like, would I have to carry them, or would I be crowd surfing?
I think you're going to get carried by one person. So I think
like if you were to jump off the stage, would you rather be caught by 1 or 10 people?
10. Most likely 10.
Either way, they're breaking your fall, but
I mean, I don't weigh that much, so I don't think I would need 10, but for security purposes, 10.
get discovered now with a bad rep, or like give it 10 years and have a good, you know, personality look?
I would probably, honestly, 10 years because I'm really sensitive and I can't take criticism. So I'd rather be a clean slate and wait 10 years.
Would you rather perform at your best friend's beach wedding in California, the beautiful West Coast, or at the New Year's Eve ball drop in New York?
New Year's Eve ball drop because I like New York.
But you're your best friend, right?
I mean, you didn't say that they were on the same day.
Well, if you had to choose one, I guess. So that's a good point, I suppose. You got me there. What advice would you give to local bands and musicians out there who are trying to break it into the music scene of San Antonio, or just in general?
So the advice that I would give was recently given to me, and it would be to hone in on your people, the people who already like you, who already are fans of your music. Don't go chasing fame or popularity. Just really focus on being yourself and creating art just for the sake of creating it, and just being grateful for the fans that you have, and just let it take its natural course and don't stress about it, because I think if you're meant to do something, then it will happen for you.
Wonderful. Well, Angelica Rios, you have been amazing today. And I know musicians and artists aren't nearly as appreciated as they should be. And it's a courageous thing that you are doing to take your music to the next level, especially during this COVID-19 pandemic. And on behalf of M.O.B, Musicians of Business, when I say that we will always support you in your journey and career.
Well, thank you so much, you guys. This has been really fun.
Again, thank you for joining us. And let's have one more round of applause for Angelica Rios. Yeah, go ahead and give us a plug about your social media accounts and where we can find your music.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram at Angelica Rios, ANJELICA and the same thing for YouTube. Twitter is the same thing, except an extra A at the end. And follow me on TikTok. Yeah, and it's all the same handle, but yeah, follow me. I'll be releasing things soon, so keep me on your Instagram and all social media so you can be up to date.
Wonderful, wonderful. And do you have any SoundCloud or Spotify accounts that we can reach out to?
SoundCloud, yes, Angelica Rios, and Spotify coming soon.
Wonderful. Well, Angelica, this is all the time we have for today, but stay tuned for upcoming local band and artist interviews on our social media platform. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at UTSA_MOB and UTSA_underground. We are Musicians of Business, and thank you to Angelica for being part of the virtual underground experience. That's it for today. See y'all later.